Hi, my name is Brian. I'm getting ready with my dad to make this video. We are going to install an iPod-iPhone adapter into my 2000 Infinity QX4. The reason why we're doing this is I want to, one, be able to play music through my stock deck. And this car comes with the stock Bose system, which came in the QX4s and some of the Nissan Pathfinders. So I was thinking about just taking it out and putting in an aftermarket deck. However, it makes it really difficult to hook it up to the Bose amplifier and speaker system, and sometimes it just works out funky. So in order to put an aftermarket deck in, we'd have to replace the speakers, run new wires, all that stuff. Can do it, but it's kind of a pain. So I did some research online and I found this adapter that will actually hook up to this stereo, and it's a USA-Spec. The model is a PA15-NIS. It comes with this interface module, multiple connectors. Looks like, I haven't dug into it yet, but this connector is for a 20-pin, this connector is for a 10-pin. We'll find that out a little bit later. That, and then I also wanted to be able to mount this on my dash. I wanted to be able to touch it. And rather than having some cord sitting in a cup holder or something like that. So I got online and I found through ProClip, I found these clips. This clip is actually going to clip on, I believe, just like this, and it's right to the left of the heater controls. Here's where the steering wheel will be, and it's just right there. You can see it. And then this is a bypass, or a pass-through, I'm sorry, the actual iPod connector from the USA-Spec will actually plug right into the bottom, and then I'll be able to slide my phone in and out automatically. I did get the one with the horizontal clip here, so the phone doesn't jiggle up and down a little bit. So here we are inside my QX4 with the Bose system. The way we're going to hook this up, and the way they recommend it, is we're going to actually be using the CD changer button here, and they say that we're able to hook the CD changer up along with this adapter as well. This adapter can also be used with systems that run with a satellite radio button. However, this one doesn't have that. We're going to use the CD changer control button. So before we start with anything electrical on a vehicle, you'll always want to make sure that you disconnect your battery cable. So lift this up. I'm going to disconnect the positive battery cable. Lift this up, and this vehicle uses a 10mm wrench. So I'm just going to disconnect that, unscrew that, take it off, and just kind of bend it down here a little bit so it's just out of the way. All right. My favorite place to buy this kind of equipment, car stereo equipment, or I've even bought a Bose iHome system for my iPod. I like to buy it all from Crutchfield, so we'll give them a little plug here. But not only do they send you, of course, the equipment, but they also send you a master sheet, kind of an instruction sheet to go through. Gives you the basic, right here, it tells you the basic tools you're going to need. And then it gives you some basic instructions on how to disassemble your dash and remove your stereo, or if we were doing speakers or adding like a double din into a single din, things like that. So Crutchfield is great for that. And also, if you ever have any questions, you're able to just call them up and speak to a rep right there. The rep will go, and they have this equipment in a back room somewhere, and you can ask them how something goes together or how things work. I really like Crutchfield. They're a little bit more expensive, but you also get this added service. Okay, so here we are. We're getting ready to take off this panel. The directions suggest using Phillips and a flathead. The stubby flathead, or Phillips, is what we're going to need. I also like to make sure I have a clean spot to put on my screws and stuff. So I have this little tray that I'm using. In this car, there's just 2 screws you have to remove to get this panel off. One, and they're right here, the one here, and one here. Before I did this, I put the car in first gear. So I applied the emergency brake, put it in first gear to try and just get the gear shifter out of our way. Give us a little bit more room to work with here. So we'll take this first screw out. And now we're going to pop off this trim piece. Just keep in mind this car is 13 years old, so these plastic pieces get kind of brittle. So you want to just kind of be gentle with it, and it's going to has little clips that kind of clip on. And just takes some finessing, just like that. Alright, this pulls out, and then the next step we got to do is we're going to unplug a few of these things here. So the next step is to undo these clips. Each clip is going to have like a little button on it, like this one has this little button on the bottom. You're going to push up on that and it'll come out. This one has this little button tab on the top. You push down, it slides off. This is the four-wheel drive control. You probably can't see it. There's just a little button under there. I'm going to press up on the button, slides that out. Kind of the same thing with these. There is a little tab right at the top. You'll see that little white tab right there. We're going to push down on that. I'm going to get in the way. There we go. And again with this one, there's this tab right here. And you're just going to push down on that and pull that out. Just like that. And then we can move this and put it in a safe spot so it doesn't get broken. Now it's out of our way. I wanted to remind you, before you disconnect your battery, make sure you take the CDs out of the stereo and out of the changer. It recommends it in the directions. I had to reconnect the battery and to take that stuff out, but no big deal. Okay, so there's 4 screws to remove the deck, 2 on each side. We're just going to remove those without stabbing the stereo with the screwdriver and without losing the screw. That wasn't supposed to happen. We will get that. So what we're going to do is just pull this deck out, and then we'll change the camera angle a little bit so you can see me undo the plugs. That last screw, need to remember to find the other one. Okay, so then the deck should just slide right out, just like that. Just kind of set it there. So here we are at the back of the stereo. We just need to unplug a few of these things. Looks like this is probably the antenna, and there's a little clip on the side. I'm just going to push that, and that comes right out just like so. This one has a little button right on the top in the middle. I'm going to push that down, hopefully. There we go, comes right out. These ones have buttons right in the top center. You'll see those little tabs there. Sometimes you need to use a little screwdriver to kind of help you out with that. Just to push down on the tab. Be super gentle with these. There we go. Again, careful about pulling on the wires, and just be gentle with it. It'll come out. Okay, just like that. There's our stereo deck. Alright, so there are multiple ways to run your wire up from your adapter up to where it's going to attach onto your iPod. I don't like to see wires in my car. I don't like wires hanging around, all that stuff. So I decided to do just a little bit of a modification to this. This may or may not be the right choice for you. But for me, I don't like to see wires. I couldn't find a clear spot to bring the wire up through that I was able to fit this plug or this into the plug up through the hole. So I decided to just do a little modification to this this piece frame. Yeah, this frame. So what I did is I just took just a little round file and I just worked my way right through there. I wanted to make sure that this, because the wire is going to come up through the car, back by the heater control, or by the heater vents, and it's going to slip through there at this angle, and then this clip right here is actually going to clip near the heater control, and it's going to clip right there. So you can see the wire can come through there, and it's going to be hidden. So the wire, it'll come down through here, clip onto my little pass-through iPod holder. So in order to do that, just to make it a little bit easier, I ended up taking out these switches, and all it is just like the same other connector we've been doing. Is there's a little button on the side, and you clip it, and that comes right out. Another one, just push it down with your finger, and it slides out just like that. Gets those out of the way. So that's what I did for the wire right there.